Well, on this rather misty morning, I'm on the Stourhead estate, which is on the border of Wiltshire and Somerset, at Alfred's Tower. Well, quite peaceful walking around here this morning with just the mist rolling around the tower. So at the moment I'm walking round near the wooded perimeter at the base of the tower. The tower is just over there, Alfred's Tower. And I'm looking for a specific stone that's broken into three, which is a real mystery, but I have to try and find it. I know that it's near here, near the tower somewhere, but I need to find it, so we'll carry on our searching until I find it. I don't think it's in the area where I'm looking at the moment, so I'll carry on. Search continues, and I'm walking back down from the tower towards a car parking area, and the perimeter of the woods should stand out like a sore thumb, but as per usual, you know, there's lots of tree stumps which can be confused for what I'm looking for, I think. But, I'm sure I'll find it soon. Well, I'm back at the tower, misty again. Still looking around for it and can't find it at the moment. So infuriating. Often happens on these sorts of things when you're looking for something, when you haven't got an exact map reference to something or an exact location standard. So we'll carry on. Well, I'm still looking. Can't find it yet, but when we do, hopefully you'll see what it's all about. Just looking around, seeing, haven't missed it somewhere, but don't think so. There's the tower back up here in the mist, quite eerie today. And oh. Well, after hunting around for 2 hours, I am elated in finding this, and it is a plague stone where people in the Black Death used to leave money in a trough filled with vinegar, and then they would collect bread that had been left for them by the locals. And this is a magnificent, wonderful thing to find. And the reason I couldn't find it was, it's on the other side of the road. And here it is. Absolutely fantastic. A real piece of history there. Look at that. Split with age now, but that's what that is. A plague stone. Absolutely fantastic. It gets no better than this. History, real history. You can feel it, you can touch it, you can see it. It's absolutely brilliant. So people would have been living in these woodlands, eking out an existence of life in a pandemic that lasted over 300 years. And there's Alfred's Tower, you can just see in the background through the trees on the other side of the road. How I ever missed it, I don't know. But so fantastic to be here and to look at this part of history. Well, here it is again. I'm going to pay a bit of homage to it by actually scraping some of the leaves out and taking a few pictures and looking at it. But what a wonderful, wonderful thing. And luckily it wasn't smashed up or broken up and used in the building of Alfred's Tower, which very well it could have been. My part of finding unknown history in our area. Here we are on the Wiltshire-Somerset border. A fantastic plague stone. The only other one I know of is in Semley, which is about 22 miles from here. So this is a real historical gem. And think of those people just living in this area, placing money in this, hoping to receive bread. Amazing. I've scraped some of the leaves out of it now, and you can see it there. It's hacked out of stone, bowled out, and would have been filled with vinegar. Obviously it's splitting with age as time goes on, but just, do you know something? I can't really say how interesting this is. to find something that's just sort of led dormant in the woods, near to an area where everybody comes and looks at something, but misses this out, is a real historical gem. Well, I'm going to walk from this area now, where the Plague Stone is, on this ridge, and see what the woodland, try and imagine it, to see what it would have been like for the people living in here. A lot of it's been replanted, I think, since, but it's just so interesting to have a wander around. And it's on this almost rampart, which is almost like the Wiltshire-Somerset border, really. So this bank here would have been some form of a division many years ago. And on this misty morning, to just have a walk here and try and put myself in that place and see if I can see anything else, it's just special. It's just a special feeling. History gets no better than this. As a modern generation, especially during a pandemic, I think we've got to look at where we are at the moment and where they were all those years ago, and how long it lasted for them. People banished to live in this area. It's just so sad. And it almost looks like an old earthwork bank, so it might be worth looking at my side-by-side maps and seeing where this actually takes me on that. I think I'm going to have to go back down to the other path after saying that. But trying to get a feeling for people living in this sort of environment, which I think is worthwhile. Yeah, so it does look like an ancient earthwork, as I said before, but just walking really in the footsteps of ancient man is just incredible. Love it. Not many ancient trees left in the woodland, but just imagining people living here it's just really great. History like this is just so good to find. So I'm now going to walk out the woods, back via the Plague Stone, and hear the road there in the distance. Trying to imagine myself. The first view of that stone must have been like bliss for people, knowing that they could have bread if it had been left for them, or perhaps to meet family members at a distance. Who knows? It does take some thinking about. And so close to an attraction that everybody looks at is this wonderful thing that I spent 2 hours looking for. But you know, I think in all, history gets no better than this. Looking for something, finding something, and then knowing what it was for must be one of the best feelings you can have as a amateur, if you like, historian. And I am amateur. I've got no training in anything. I just enjoy life, really. And here's the stone, just coming up to it now. Imagine how symbolic that stone is. And it's probably sarsen stone, so left by the Ice Age, but you can see it's been worked, pulled out, and just plain fantastic, really. On this misty, miserable morning, I found something that's really cheered me up. And if you get a chance, come out here and visit it. It's part of our history, especially so in a pandemic at the moment. And it's just so good.